Yo, what is up, people? This is Zero, and I don't know how long I'm gonna keep this live going. I guess if we don't get much interaction, it'll be short. But I was still thinking of some stuff to do, but it was like something I was gonna do as some kind of skit, but it doesn't matter because this is an interesting story. I heard it before. Somebody else talking about it. I'm like, okay, go look this up, and I went and found out. So I guess I go ahead and find this story because it's about this story about this guy about this white dude. It's like pretty much the dumbest criminal you probably think of. And when I read this story, you'll start to see how dumb this individual really is. And let me find gonna pull up the article. I can't pull it up on here because I have the free version of StreamYard. I mean, if y'all want the premium, support your boy, $, it was on the infinite if you want to sponsor. But that's optional. So yeah, so I got the story here. Yeah, I just had okay, there it is. All right, yeah, this happened in I think it's in Springfield, Missouri. And it's about this dude that went to a bank and his name is Michael Conley Lloyd. Let me spell it out for y'all so this way you'll know what I'm talking about. And please hit the like if you are like, and share the stream out if you if anyone's in here. Let's see. Okay, add that. Okay. Oh, hey Queen, how you doing? This is the name of the guy who I am talking about in the story. All right, so now I gotta go back and read the story. So, so pretty much this guy, decided to go to the bank, and when he went to the bank, he wrote a demand note. Now, on this demand note, well, before I even get to the demand note, this is one reason you're gonna start to see how stupid. This is probably why you say that he's probably like one of the dumbest criminals of all time. When I start telling you, you know, certain stuff. So apparently, when he wrote this ransom note, the ransom note was on his birth certificate. And let me see, what did it say on the birth certificate? It said, "Be quiet until I leave and give me all the money." And when he wrote, not to mention when he wrote this, when he robbed the bank, he had an ankle monitor on. Yes, an ankle monitor. So already, this is already, stupid. You're gonna get caught. But let me read what the story said about it. Lloyd was placed at the crime scene at the scene of the crime by his ankle monitor, which he was wearing for an early offense. Coroner report from Western District of Missouri: a white man with tattoos on both his arms spotted in the Bank of America in Springfield, Missouri. The man presented a note to the teller at the counter, which is written in pink highlighter, that demanded money. The teller grabbed the money out of one of the drawers and handed the money to the man, no, to the suspect who left the bank with both. Okay. So 10 minutes later, the boyfriend, Lloyd's roommate, called the police, which led them to Lloyd's apartment. Lloyd said, Sir said Lloyd waived his Miranda rights and confessed to the robbery earlier that day. I had never known an officer to read anybody the rights of Miranda. I mean, it's supposed to, but I never seen it happen. So the fact that they said they did this, yeah, they lied. They ain't reading no Miranda rights. I don't believe it. I ain't never seen it, but that's just me. Maybe there's a cops doing it or not, but before I let me just. Hey, Richardson's Fkery LLC, welcome. I haven't seen you before. Maybe you were on somebody else's stream, or maybe you just kind of found me. But welcome either way. So Lloyd claimed that he and his lover got into an argument, and he robbed a bank to prove a point. So yeah, pretty much robbing his bank was a prove a point to his woman. And oh no, I could keep reading it, but I'm just gonna kind of give you the shorthand of it. When he got out the bank, he left with the money in the note. I think the money was like the amount was $754. That was all they could get. All they had on hand. And when the police started chasing them in that truck, this stupid motherfucker threw out the money, the birth certificate, and his license. I mean, it's already bad enough, even without the birth certificate and license, you're still wearing an ankle monitor. They still can track you. I mean, unless you know a way to get that ankle bracelet off. I'm an ankle bracelet, ankle monitor, whatever it is. Unless you know how to get that off and keep it off, that would be the only way you would get away from. But of course, he did all this to prove to his woman. Yeah, like pretty much it was like this.
I gotta fight every night to prove my love. What you doing with my woman? I don't want to hear that shit. You just like all them other guys.
Every night he got to prove his love. And, and safe to say he got arrested. And they say that if he's held guilty, this was like last year. If he's found, if he could do 20 years, and he's found guilty, he could serve 20 years, and I think like a fine of 250,000. But I can, but what do you think? You think the jury is gonna say he's innocent, or are they gonna say
guilty? That nigga is guilty.
you think they gonna say that? It can go either way. But that's just kind of like I guess it gets the dumbest criminal of the year, criminal of all time. Because you did all that just to prove your love to a woman. She was in jail, so I don't know how that's gonna work. I guess y'all could probably call each other for a short amount of time in jail or whatever. I guess synchronize your time. I don't know, but it didn't make no sense for you to go back in jail when you just got out of jail and you on house arrest. Now, I guess I've seen people with removable house bracelet. House monitor. Ankle monitors, but but usually they have to charge them up or something like that. And I guess the battery dies, then that means they can get in trouble. So, cause I think I remember one time when I was working at when I was doing stone manufacturing, there was like a guy that had like an ankle monitor, and when he had that, he had to charge up like a phone. So I mean, it's possible that, but yeah, like I said, it was just stupid. How it was done was stupid. I mean, of course he wanted to get caught, but I mean, I'm sure he was probably not the only one getting caught. Maybe his friend got caught, or maybe his friend got away and he got himself caught. I don't. They didn't say what happened to the friend, so I don't know. They ain't said he caught the friend, so I don't know. Maybe it was just him. So, but on to the next subject. Strawbossing Network, and really won't get too much communication with this. I'm just gonna go ahead and end it after that, cause honestly, I do kind of want to end it early so I can chill. But matter of fact, I'm gonna take that off because we didn't already went already there. Okay, cool. Now back to that. Now, yeah, I mean, you have people. If you know what straw boss, being a straw boss is, it's pretty much like where. I mean, I'm sure you've seen these people at work, like where they think they run and stuff. They think they the boss. They're running things and they really not. That's what straw boss is. They think they got all this power, but they really don't. But it's just like they assume that either they've been given like a little bit of power and they think it means they got all this power, or they just believe in their mind they got this power, but they working at the same position that you are. But whatever reason they feel like they're over you. You got folks like that. And I remember like last week I had like one coworker who was acting like that, like and it was to the point like where like I think like one situation where I had told him something and I was like walking by when I was saying it, and he was like, I said, he said, man, why they change this and that? I said, I told you they changed it. I walked by you and said it. Oh yeah, you were mumbling, blah blah blah. I said, nigga, I was like, nigga, I told you dead in your face as I was walking. You looked at me like I didn't say nothing. And he was like, oh man, listen what my strong suit. I mean, apparently it wasn't. And he was gonna get so mad, he was like about ready to fight me. I was like, all right, do it if you want to. I promise you ain't gonna go where you wanted to. That's what I was thinking in my head, like, do it if you want to. I promise you ain't gonna go where you want. So, but I went back doing my work. Cause I already kind of pissed off a dude anyway, cause he was cause he had left me a couple of times, left early to do the work by myself, which really pisses me off. But yeah, to see him go off that much, cause he was doing it like that day, and I think day before that he got mad cause the lead had moved me to do something else, and he expected me to to uh to do all the work for him, and that wasn't gonna happen. And I mean, even though like the job, I didn't want to do it. It was satisfying to see him to see him get so upset about that to the point where he felt like he was going to try to take over. I'm like, what you doing? What you doing? No, no, they told me to do this. You go do that. Go back on over there. Oh he threw a whole tantrum and everything. Yeah, man, come on, man. He got mad, all that. So I was like, huh? I didn't care because it was like, yeah. As I'm saying, you chill, not do much anything. Yeah, I don't feel sorry for you. You sit there and stew in your BS. This will become karma. Well, the negative side of it anyway. But yeah, I guess. But I mean, of course, seeing the other ones. Like I think I was on when I was doing cleanup construction. Like yeah, like one dude who was. I mean, they made him a lead, and I mean, I guess he had like the power like to send people home, whatever. But it was like he made it sound like, oh, I'm over the guy that they have and over all of us. Talking about he over him, and he made it sound like he worked there, and I'm just like, and I was just like thinking like, I'm like sitting there thinking like, yeah, I don't think that's the case, because he lied and said he had been there for like, because I'm thinking at that time like I think I had been at that site like before like maybe like 5 or 6 months ago before that. And he was like saying, man, that's how long you been? Like 8 months. I was like, 8 months? I don't remember seeing you here. I was here. I didn't see you at all. So it couldn't have been couldn't have been that long. But I mean, I mean, of course he was lying, but like how I heard, like how like other people, how he did other people, like when he got him mad and like, oh no, you not coming back, that's like just give him like some folks give him like a little power and they just run with it because like folks like that when you give them a little power like that it's just because they never had any power, so when they get some they just feel top of the world, like they control everything, and it's like I mean you control that stuff, it's only to like the job, but after that you really don't have any more power beyond that. And honestly, if you piss off the wrong person, you'll get your ass beat. See how much control you have then. I'm just saying. I mean, it just be like sad folks be thinking they get a little bit of power. They think they they're God. Got this God complex. And I mean, of course, you see it on the internet too. Like these folks, they get a little popularity. They think they the best thing since sliced bread. Well, I don't think sliced bread is the best thing, but the saying. And I was like, okay, well, I guess you need it. And I mean, it's just funny, like seeing these type of things go down because it's just ridiculous. But these jobs, like I don't really put too much stock into to thinking, oh yeah, this job is gonna be the job I'm gonna be cool with for a long time, be good with. I can just work here, ain't gonna be no problem. Like, no, because no matter how long you work at a job, no matter how loyal you are, no how good your work is with a job, if they can make you expendable, and they feel like yeah, you work here, but we can cut this person and still get somebody to replace them. If they feel like you're replaceable, then guess what? You finna be replaced. Now the only way they can't replace, they can't just fire you unless you just irreplaceable. Like job you have, you can only do it, nobody else can. And I remember when I worked at one job, I remember hearing about one guy they got fired, but they had to rehire him because he was the only one that could do that job. So So I was like, oh wow. So so they had nobody that could do their job. He was the only one who had to do the job. Which is why like when they had like some companies be trying to be sneakier with it and try to get you to train your replacement. So then once you train them real good, then they can just cut your ass and then they can just let you go and then get this new person to take over where you left off and pay that person probably pay that person less. Which is why like you'll see some people like when they train somebody, they won't even train them right. Why? Because why would they train their replacement if they know they come to try to let them go? This is like why like with companies that try to replace people with like robots and all that. And people be getting mad at the AI, like, oh, these AI is gonna take all the jobs and all that. And you're not mad at the people who are setting these robots to replace you. Because the company is doing it, the robot ain't got nothing to do with it. The robot's just there. But then again, if the robot breaks down, depending on how much damage it does, depends on how costly it is. Now the robots do a lot of damage, you're gonna have a lot of money you have to pay out. No, it's a little bit, then it's all good. But it's just like some jobs you could think you're gonna get a robot for, but it ain't gonna work. Like DoorDash. I think I've heard like a story like people that like DoorDash having a bot go out delivering food, delivering food, and now the food gets snatched, the robot gets snatched too. So you ain't got no food or a robot, it's just gone. So that's what I'm saying. Like you got that robot go in the wrong neighborhood, that robot gone, and the food. So not only did you pay for DoorDash to get your food, they put on this bot. Now you out of food, and then DoorDash gotta make it right for you, and either have somebody have an actual human come and deliver this food, or they have to refund you your money. Cause I can't see no way that that DoorDash is going that somebody's gonna let DoorDash get away with not bringing their food and tell them we're gonna be okay with it. You ain't gotta get a refund nothing like that. I ain't seeing that. Now somebody could do that. I mean somebody could be like that if they really don't care like that. But if you order DoorDash, you hungry. You obviously want to eat. So the fact that if your food ain't came, that's the issue. It's just like when I ordered DoorDash and like they ain't even bring me all my stuff. It's just like that's like when I order stuff. Like I think like last week I think I ordered Taco Bell and I ordered like a beef burrito or something like that. That was like the double beef burrito. It's supposed to be like the steak one, but I added like just beef instead of steak with the cheese, and then I was gonna have 3 soft tacos. Got the burrito, didn't get the tacos. I don't know how that happened. I was like, I guess the staff must have been high or something, but I wrote it on the DoorDash, like I said, it must have been high or something. But I don't see how you missed 3 tacos because it wasn't like I ordered a whole lot. It's burrito, 3 soft tacos. I don't see how hard that was. But the funny thing about it was someone was telling me not to order from there, but it was late, so I ordered from there because it was later and it was closer by me, and I can just DoorDash it. But because of that, they did give me some DoorDash credit. I could have probably, if I really just pursued it, just got a whole refund. But I just got the credit and did that. I took the credit. I'm like, okay, cool, I'll take it, and then I just go ahead and get something else another day. Hey, Queen.
Damn! Hi, Miss Parker.
Hi, boy.
We gonna let me fuck, Miss Parker?
What'd you say, honey?
Huh? Nothing.
Well, right now, I was talking about the about like what person I thought was the world's dumbest criminal, and then I was talking about like Strawbossing, and now I'm kind of bringing into the whole robots thing, like people getting mad at robots for certain stuff, and I was talking about like how I heard about this one story about a DoorDash bot bringing somebody food, and they were on the way to bring somebody food, and the food in the bot was gone. Not sure how true it is, but that sounds like that's something that's very possible. The bot rode on the wrong neighborhood, and then you never see your food or the bot again. So I was like saying, yeah, that's as I found it hard to believe that if somebody's food was gone like that, that they're not gonna either get a refund or credit or something, or have a actual person come out and deliver that food this time. I can't see any other way around it. So that that would entail it of that. But I mean, that's what I was saying. Like when people, I was like when I was mentioning people getting mad about the robots. I'm like, well, the robots ain't the one that's really causing the problem. It's the companies that are hiring them. I would say I don't know why you're not. I don't know why people are not mad at the companies. You're mad at the robots. The robots ain't did shit to nobody. Robots just doing what the robot's supposed to be doing. And this is like why, like when people tell me, oh, these robots, these AI so smart. I mean, I guess maybe AI are smarter than most of these folks, because most folks are stupid as fuck. I mean, you tell me you're dumber than the AI. The AI only can take what knowledge is put in there. I mean, it's just like people can learn and grow. I mean, well, I guess you could teach an AI to learn and grow, but it's like, but since people invented AI, by default should be smarter, but it's just like people be saying, oh yeah, this certain things are common sense. I'm like, I done seen like so much stuff that people say common sense, and I see the majority of people not doing any of that shit. So it must not be common sense. Which I like to start calling it like intelligent sense. If you're intelligent enough, this is what intelligent people shouldn't do. Should know and should or should not do. Because it was common, everybody be doing it. That's why I was saying common sense ain't common. So I don't even know why they still call it that, but the fact that people are angry at the AI, yeah, it's not at all. That's why I say I just call it intelligent sense, because I mean, at least saying intelligent sense is like referring to people who are intelligent. I mean, who are not intelligent, who got good sense and know what they're doing. No, it ain't common. If it was common, more people, it would be the regular thing to do. It ain't common at all. But I would say it would be more like a intelligent sense, because it's just the stupidity of people is astounding. I mean, you can tell people anything if they like what they hear. I mean, you'll tell if you're like you present like a conspiracy theory to most folks. Like, I don't want to hear that. I don't hear none of that conspiracy theory. You're crazy. You're crazy. Even it might be some truth to it. They will they will call you crazy to no end. But let the media tell conspiracy theory that about somebody don't like. The perfect example of this is when Trump became president, and they said Russia like like Russia helped them win the election. I was like, come on now. I said, yeah, the election is rigged. It's always been rigged. That ain't no secret. I mean, if it's a secret, you were just slow to the game. You just not slow, late to the game. And the ones that rigged it ain't Russia. It's the U.S. And like like pretty much like especially like presidential elections, they've already got who they want to win. And it's always funny, like when it's somebody they don't like, if the majority don't like this person, then the majority of people don't like this person, they'll just be like, this election's rigged and all that. And then you start talking about the electoral college. We didn't get rid of the electoral college system. Heard all the people get talking about getting rid of it. They let Master Biden come in there cause they wanted Trump out so badly. Now it works now. It works now. Your vote counted now, but before then your vote didn't count. But your vote counted that in that election, right? Oh, everything was working now. That election, right? We don't need to get rid of electoral college now, right? That's I mean, but but that's hypocrisy though. And the fun thing about it is the president is the least powerful person in office. I mean, I guess he might. I mean, I guess if they need a good someone to give a good distraction, yeah, they may have him going. They may choose him again. But I mean, be real. The only reason why Biden was even chosen in the first place was to push the vaccine. That's it. Because when nobody finna listen to when nobody finna listen to Trump if you talking about like we gotta take these vaccines. Oh he ain't going to jail. No, I was saying like people be falling for these. I said they doing the same trick over and over again. Trick like, oh, he finna go to jail. They that make it look so real, like he really finna do it. They say, oh, they arrested him. They gonna take him to jail. I bet they took him somewhere. He's sitting in some room somewhere chilling. He chilling. This is what I'm saying. Like this is like people when they were talking about when they were going to talk about they gonna impeach him, they gonna kick him in the office, he going to jail. Well, I mean, they say they took him to jail. Did we actually see him in jail though? That's the whole point. Did we actually see him go into jail? I don't think you seen him actually go into jail. But I mean, no, Biden won because he was chosen. It had nothing to do with Kamala. I mean, and I don't, and it's just kind of funny, like how like black folks easily accept this shit. Tomorrow when she's black. I mean, yeah, she said she's black now. Before the election, she was Asian American. Yeah, I mean, like I said, they do the whole show. So, I mean, I guarantee you, even if they did like the whole, they arrested him, they took him to court, and they locked him up. I guarantee you, he'll get out before the election. Well, I mean, what I'm trying to tell you is the people voting don't matter. The votes of the people in the president election don't really matter. So like even if they had the popular vote, it really don't decide who the president is. You know what I'm saying? He out. That's what I'm saying. He out. he, he's not. He's like say he out of jail, right? That's what I'm saying. He out, right? That's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you say he out of jail, right? Because if he is, I'm like, say they just prove it. Like they be playing with folks. Yeah, yeah, they be playing. Like I said, people be falling for this shit every time. I keep telling them, stop falling for this shit. But it's just funny to see people getting so emotionally invested into Trump. It is funny. This motherfucker be trolling y'all every chance he get. That's what I'm saying. Like he's a great distraction. I don't think people realize like how great of a distraction he is. But I mean, then that whole thing we're talking about. Well, Biden stole the election and all that. Oh, there was gonna be no violent crimes. I'm gonna tell you that much right there. There wasn't. I mean, unless they had some crisis actors come in, pretend like they gonna do some violent crimes. Cause I mean, if you ever seen like you see the videos like the so-called protesters that were in January the 6th, like you see like where they were in there, they were recording video talking about like how they're fighting against the government and all that. It was so scripted. I was like, man, you shut your crisis actor ass up. Nobody would hear that bullshit. No, your ass lying. Y'all don't even got no real good actors. Get some better actors. I need some better acting from you. I need a better performance. Y'all suck. I was talking about it was just stupid. But no, there wasn't gonna be no violent crime. And matter of fact, they said Trump like incited that, but there's actually no proof. Like, you could say like, well, there's like one video where somebody could say that he suggested it, but it's like, I mean, I was like, that's not a proof. I mean, if you try to prove it in like court of law, that's not the proof. I mean, you can say that that's what he suggested, and you might be right, but in court of law, that's not enough proof. I mean, especially like when he got banned for Twitter. He got banned for Twitter for telling folks to go home. Cause I think I had like I think I remember my homie C over he had made a screenshot like the tweets for his account got shut down. And that was like the last tweets he did. He was telling people like, hey, hey, go home, stand down, go home, go in peace. And then he did a video like of him saying the exact same thing he wrote on there. Oh, they yeah. I mean, they rest about that. He ain't finna stay that long. That I don't even know why they rest. Like I don't know, they rest on that because it just didn't make no sense. But I guarantee you, he probably ain't finna. If he do anytime, it's not gonna be much, or he might just get off with a fine, if that, if that's even if it's even like they doing it for real or not. That's what I'm saying. Like he's not finna. Every time people be thinking he finna some. I mean, if he do, he not staying long. I guarantee you, he gonna probably be out of maybe about like 2 or 3 months. He probably gonna be out at most 6, and he gonna be in there in a comfy prison. He gonna be in them country club prison. He ain't finna do no hard time. He finna be chilling. Either way, he gonna be chilling. Whether he out or he ain't, he gonna be chilling. And everybody gonna be thinking like, yeah, we locked his ass up. Yeah, but I guarantee you, somehow he gonna get out. He gonna beat it. I mean, somehow they gonna let him out anyway. I don't know how they gonna do it, but somehow they gonna say, well, this is all fake or something like that or whatever. They gonna make up something. I don't know what script they gonna write for this type of thing, but it's probably gonna be good though. I said I don't doubt the government and they creative writing because they do some creative ass writing sometimes. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, he part of the system. Like people be thinking he fighting against the system. He's not fighting against the system. He's part of the system. It's like them so-called powers to be. He's one of them. Like when they like when you see like how like a lot of the people in Congress are related to each other. He's one of the relatives. Like a matter of fact, I remember Washington Post did like an article 2 months before him and Hillary, had been confirmed as presidential candidates. And I remember because I remember I was looking, I just happened to run into it, and it was about and it was saying they did a genealogy test, and it was showing that Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton were 19 cousins. And it's just like it's funny how people get mad about Republicans. They Donald Trump people. It's like Donald Trump ain't even a Republican for real. For real, he just ran as a Republican because Hillary Clinton was running as a Democratic candidate. Donald Trump has always been Democrat, but since they want him to play this role of being like the Joker, the guy that's supposed to you know flip the whole table or whatever, even though he's playing his role. I mean, even then, that's an act, and I should be like, I say, I'll be seeing people like be like side with him, and I just be like, do you not know he's part of the system? No, he's fighting against it. He's not though. I mean, like when they had Trump in there, they did a test. They threw some truth out there. They threw a little truth out there. Like I'm not saying everything you said was true, but he threw truth out there. People didn't believe it for the most part. Most folks didn't believe it. They're like, oh, he crazy. Like when he told them like seeing his fake news, that was true. but but people, you know, yeah, well, yeah, it's like you said, people thought that was true, and I'm like, yeah, you don't listen to him when he tell you the truth. I was like, and it just like Trump kind of showed you like how the politicians really feel about you. People didn't like that. They like, man, we want them to lie to us, and I mean that's what they wanted. So they got a candidate. Well, I guess he kind of lied to you, but it's kind of funny, like seeing the people that black folks, especially black folks picking people who don't mean you no good, ain't even trying to act like they on your side. Me and Joe Biden, who came up and told black folks, "You don't vote for me, you ain't black." Like, how you let a white man question your blackness? And then niggas on the grim like, "Yeah, he right." And it got like, when Ryan Davis talking about it on Costco, it's like talking about, oh yeah, he right, but he white. Fuck you talking about? He white. I'm thinking like, how's a white man gonna tell you how your blackness? And even then, he had to apologize for that, but he didn't apologize for it. Like people just let it slide. And then, like probably like before he even got inaugurated, when they had like this Zoom meeting with so-called civil rights leaders, and one of them asked Joe Biden, "Oh yeah, I know they said that they're like black people in Atlanta, like wondering what you're gonna do for the black community." And you know what Joe Biden said? He said, he said, I don't even do anything. I talked about the Charlottesville shooting. I've done plenty for black people. I talked about the Charlottesville shooting, and words matter. Oh, man. You tell you. And then talking about, well, I'm gonna tell you how it is. You just start talking down to black folks. Start telling you like you better start listening to Hispanics because white people are dying. White people ain't gonna be around long. So you need to start listening to them. And I'm like, you let this dude tell you all this. And then don't get me started on Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris like, oh, I'm black now, but you were Asian American, all this other time. And while you were Asian American, you dedicated your life as a DA locking up niggas. As a matter of fact, there was a dude on Vice who was falsely in prison for 6 years straight. And during that 6 years he was in jail, I think he said he had met Kamala Harris twice. And every time he tried to, talk to her, he said it seemed like she didn't care. She was just there for the cameras. And and I was like, well, that sounds like her. And I was like, yeah, I kind of see why community don't fuck with her. Yeah, Kamala Harris community don't fuck with her. Yeah, they know she don't give a fuck about that community. So I'm like, well, if you supposed to be this great person, why is your community not fucking with you like that? You don't see yourself as black. You only want to use blackness to get in. And I mean, it's not even Biden that did it. Biden just kind of just took off where Hillary Clinton came in, took off, it came off because Hillary Clinton thought that she could talk crazy to niggas, like down niggas. She talked down to niggas. I tell her, this is what you gonna do and all that. And niggas just took that shit. And I mean, I didn't want to get on a whole rant about this, but I gotta, address this. I mean, she did all kind of racial stereotypes. Get your vote. Talking about I got hot sauce in my purse. I mean, started talking like a black preacher. I'm like, y'all don't feel disrespected yet? I mean, she just talked down to black folks too. He just was like, man. I said, I don't know when niggas ain't gonna wake up and be like, hey, I think y'all might want to stop letting these folks talk down to you like that. Be like, well, but we ain't got no other choice. You do have a choice. And even when they have Biden come there, like here, like people saying something stupid, talking about if you vote, independent, you're voting for Trump. Like, what kind of stupid ass shit is that? It's like if I'm voting for Trump, if I'm voting for Trump, vote for somebody else, vote for somebody else. It's like the whole concept is stupid. If enough people just vote independent, you're not voting for Biden or Trump. So it's like the whole thing is stupid. What you're really doing is voter intimidation. You're trying to scare people into not voting differently to try to scare them to vote for Joe Biden. And and it's just like you talking about the same Joe Biden that wrote the crime bill of '94. They're responsible for the private prison system that was locking up niggas. Yeah, that Joe Biden. That Joe Biden in the '70s when they started having or the '60s, whenever they started voting on desegregation. Joe Biden voted against that. And his mentor, Robert Byrd, was a Klan member. They say he's a Green Dragon, but I ain't read nothing that proves that. But they did say he was a Klan member. But they say he's more racist. Trump's more racist though, and they say to prove his racism, he didn't let black folks get housed. He like redlined in the '70s. I'm like, yeah. I mean, I expect that out of white people in the '70s. I mean, that's the '70s. I mean, I doubt there weren't any white people not doing that who own private property. So it's just like to try to single Trump out for that. Yeah, it's wrong, but to single him out for that I mean, that's just stupid. You're just you're kind of playing favorites at this point. It's like, don't get it wrong, he ain't, yeah, was he right for that? No. But he was just doing what everybody else was doing. I'd have been surprised if he didn't do that, but it probably been bad for business for him. So, but you know what? Like as racist as people say he was, I seen uh I seen Biden. I mean, I seen not Biden. I seen Trump. You know, be more willing to talk to black folks than Biden will. At least Trump will have a reasonable conversation with you. While Biden will just talk down to you, tell you what you need to do. Tell me, how dare you try to tell me something? Tell me, a white man, something. I tell you what to do, nigga. You do what I tell you to do. But it's just like the whole, the whole Democrat Republican thing. It's all a big act anyway. They all on the same side. And the thing about it is, it's like people will be like, well, Republicans are racist. I mean, yeah, they are racist. I'm not gonna say they're not, but the Democrat Party is even more racist. Oh, I've dealt with that firsthand, so I know how racist they are. And their racism is subtle. I guess depending on where you at, depending on how subtle it is, because like usually in areas where there's fewer black people, when white population is overwhelmingly, there they got an overwhelming population than the blacks, then they start getting very overtly racist. But when there's more black people there than white, they start kind of it start being covert. And I kind of felt a lot of covert racism. And I do need to finish that part two of where it left off at when I was in politics. Cause I mean, like it was like time like when I was 21, and this was like after the Victoria campaign with Obama. Like I did, like I said, I had followed Obama for about 4 years till I found out how he really was. But even then, when I was in politics, I always thought something was off about Obama. I couldn't I couldn't place my finger on it at the time. I knew something was off, but it was like I'm gonna trust him. I'm gonna trust him, because I believe in what he put out there, which he didn't do really much of what he said. Like I guess he kind of did it, but it was like he kind of did it, but he just took some shit away, and it wasn't even what he originally proposed. But like you got to give and take. I'm like, but you supposed to have all this power, right? Which that was one of the reasons I just kind of led to believe that presidents don't really have that much power, because how come every time like Democrat they're like, well, we gotta, he can't do it all by himself. He gotta get some help. But then Republican in there, he can do whatever Republicans do whatever they want to do. I'm like, which one is he? Do he have the power or he don't he? You know? It's just like that's kind of a thought that just kind of boggles my mind because it don't make no sense. But yeah, I think I done talked long enough. Matter of fact, longer than I planned on it. So yeah, I'm gonna give my shout outs. I'm gonna go ahead and go. Shout out to Peach, Miss Peach Queen. Shout out to Richardson's Carrier LLC. Shout out to Queen. So I'm finna go. I'll say probably next live. I don't know. I guess maybe I'll do it sometimes a week, or if not sometimes a week, it'll probably be maybe the weekend. We'll have more time to talk and whatnot. So till then, wholeness and balance vibrations, people. And I'll see y'all later. Oh yeah, before I forget, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and if you feel a little extra generous, feel free to sponsor the channel at $ zero to infinite, like it says in my name right here. All right, wholeness, balance vibrations, people, and I'll see you guys later. Y'all have yourselves a great night, and for the replay gang and those watching, those who will watch later, y'all the real ones. Wholeness, balance, vibration, people. Wholeness and balance, vibration, people. And I'll see you guys later. Y'all have yourselves a great night.